Hello Palians! In today's video, I will share with you all the preparation that I have been doing for the open season event in Palia. Open season is a limited 14-day event where we all have to come together as a community by hunting and fishing. If we all capture 30 million creatures between us as a community, then we will get some rewards. I'll go through all my prep for the event, which starts on the 14th of April. Let me know in the comments if you are doing any prep as well. Starting with fishing. So the first thing that we need is worms to use for our bait. So I like to use an item that is worth a little bit more money. I've been to an Epic Fish sushi party recently and I saved all my sushi for my worms. Over there, see, is worth 1,800. The higher the value of your item that you put on your glowworms, the more output you're gonna have by having some worms. See, over there I used 2 sushis and I got 74 glowworms in total. So I know it's not for everybody, but it's totally worth it, adding a high value item there for your worms. The next thing for my prep is I like to fish with the hooks that A&R sells. Remember, you need to be a level 10 in fishing to be able to buy those hooks. So I'll show you each one. A&R has a few options for those hooks. There's a time booster, recovery booster, zone size booster, and a zone speed booster. My preferred one is the zone size because then it gives me a bit more of a wiggle way for fish, especially if I'm going for moles, because the shark, for example, is a bit jumpy. So this one is definitely my favorite. And then there is one recipe as well that you can make it at home, but unfortunately it's not the zone size booster. And I'll show you there as well the difference. I've tested fishing sharks with and without the hook, so you can see the difference, how it gives you a bit more of, wiggle play for fishing. And it's also faster as well for some reason. I didn't have any buffs, anything. It was just the hook, but for some reason it was a bit faster as well. So see how my bar without the hook, it goes a bit into the red there because, like I said, the shark is very, very jumpy. So especially if you're a new player, I recommend buying those hooks. Another thing that you can do as well to prep for the event is looking at your buffs for fishing. So there is a few different ones like Fisherman's Brew, there's a fish stew, sashimi, sushi, and trout dinner as well. So you have to look at each one of those because they do different things. So I can show you on the screen what they do. So depending where you're struggling or what do you want for your buffs, I recommend looking at those. You also have a angler's potion that you can get from the city hall. It does cost, I believe, 20 kiloma coins that you get from the bundles. Over there, I can show you no buffs at all, and then every single buff as well, what it looks like. So as you can see, again, it was a bit faster as well because I have all the buffs for speed, for the reticle to be a bit bigger. So fishing is a lot easier when you have every single buff. Now, moving on to hunting. So you need to do a few things before the prep, and you also have to go hunting and also foraging as well. So I'm making a dowsing rod right here because I need to go find some bright shrooms in order for me to do some dispel arrows. I need to find some of those bright shrooms. So I go to Bahari and I do have 2 preferred locations to find those mushrooms. If you have a preferred location, please let me know in the comments. But I really like the fortress. I feel like it's a very good place to find a bunch of those bright shrooms, and also the statue to Garden as well, which is near Coral Shores. Those are my two favorite spots. I know there are a lot of other spots for those bright shrooms, but those two are my favorite ones. So the dowsing rod is essential because it will show you where those bright shrooms are. See how over there I have 3 readings on my dowsing rod right there. So I know that at least 3 mushrooms I can find it right here. And I'll show you the difference of using dispel arrows, at least to make sure that your first shot is always with dispel arrows when it comes to magical creatures, because it disrupts the abilities of the magical creatures once you use your dispel arrow. After the first shot is done, then you can change your arrow. But see over here, I'm just using normal arrows, and see how the chappas all turn into 3 and it went everywhere. So it is a bit easier if you have the dispel arrow for the magical creatures. Now that I have all what that I need, now I can make my dispel arrows, find arrows. The slowdown arrows go Briar Daisy, but Briar Daisy is fairly simple to find in Bahari as well. So you can 100% go foraging and find those items so you can make your arrows. Remember as well the Hacian cells by using skill medals. So if you are up level 10, you can 100% just go and see Hacian and buy those arrows as well, just in case you don't want to grind for the resources to make those yourself. Another thing that you are going to need is a hunter's horn for you to find the magical creatures. So you need some specific items, and normally I like to go to Bahari. Along the way, as you are foraging for the bright shrooms, make sure that you do some hunting as well, so you have all the materials that you need to do your hunter's horn as well for open season. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know in the comments if you are doing any prep whatsoever for open season, and I cannot wait to do a lot of hunting and fishing when open season starts on the 24th of April. Please remember to like and subscribe my channel if you like my content as well, and I'll see you next time.